Hey guys, so thank you for responding to my email. So essentially, what I wanted to show you was you guys essentially showed me how to stack notes. I wanted to not stack the notes. I want to actually double them. So let's take the violin. Right now, I'm in the violin track. Right, I'm selecting the notes from the violin track. I want to double them an octave above, but as a different instrument. So let's take viola, for example. I'm going to click the viola track now, so it's edit ready. I want to see my violin notes also. There we go. Okay, so I can see my violin notes as well. Okay, so now I'm in the viola track. When I Control Shift and click, you see how it switches back to violin. I wanted to actually double an octave above, and this would be viola notes right now, but it's not. It's violin notes. I want to be able to, while I'm editing in a track, borrow note values from other tracks on the fly. That was very helpful for me doing fugues and doing canons and stuff like that, and it'd be a nice feature. I'm not asking you to change anything crazy over here. Maybe add another set of buttons over here that locks the track, that locks me in the track, so that when I click notes in another track, I don't switch to that particular track. So right now, as it is, I'm in cello. If I click violin, it brings me back to violin. A note in the violin track will bring me back to that violin track. I don't want that. I want it that when I'm in the cello track, that when I click a note in another track, I'm able to bring it over into cellos on the fly. But you see, I just want to be able to do that. Maybe double it a cello above. It's just a matter of forget that it's cello. I'm just saying doubling a note, okay, and adding another harmony to a note, maybe an existing melody, but in a different instrument. That's why I want to be able to do that. The way you guys have it now is I have to go into the track and I have to manually write everything out, and eyeball it, and it just takes much longer. If I were able to borrow notes from the tracks, given where I am in the work process, it would be extremely helpful. That's one change. The other change I'm looking for is when I enter notes with the Smart Tool, I have to double click, or I have to click and drag. Can we make it so that I just have to click once instead of double click? That would be much easier, much faster. Because sometimes the mouse jams up when I have to double click. Sometimes I have to double punch it into my my keypad over here on my Surface Pro, and it's much more tedious. The third request that I have is, could you please bring back the notes that were up here? You had note values at one time. I don't know why that was removed. I would really rather you guys have the little notes, like the little symbol for a 32nd note, a 16th note, 8th note, quarter note, dotted, triplet. That's helpful. And if you can even add a quintuplet, that would be very nice too. That would be extremely helpful also. And 64th notes. So this would be very helpful. I was at one point able to navigate using the keyboard as well to change note values, but I'm not able to do that anymore. So I'll send another, maybe try to send another video, but I'll make this one in the meantime. Hopefully it's a good enough response and you guys understand what I'm talking about. Thanks again for your help, and I look forward to working with you again on this. Thank you.